Welcome to News Today with Universal Parks News Today. I'm Tom Corliss. Here now the news for June 17, 2020. Seasonal pass holders are getting more chances to enjoy the summer at Universal Orlando's theme parks. With the parks recently reopening to guests, blockout dates throughout the month of July have been lifted for seasonal passes at Universal Studios Florida and Universal's Islands of Adventure. At Universal's Volcano Bay, blockouts for three-park seasonal and power annual passes have been lifted from June 12th through the 30th, as well as August 1st through the 16th. For three-park power and preferred annual passes, guests can visit the water park anytime after 4 p.m. Through July, while seasonal passes remain blocked out for that month. Work is progressing quickly at Islands of Adventure on the unannounced Jurassic Park Velocicoaster. Since our last visit, many new additions have been made around the ride, and there's just a lot. Every day there's like 2 new pieces of track. Looking across at the Jurassic Park Discovery Center, new track is laid closest to the building, suggesting riders will pass by it twice while they ride. The section will feature an inversion. Closer to Hogsmeade and Hogwarts, a new track piece has been raised connecting the section over the water to the oscillating helix that takes guests through the twists and turns. To get the best overall sense of the span of construction, we take to the overlooks along the edge of Seuss Landing. You'll see the main show building areas off to the left, loading area, and some show scene we suspect. It's also where the 2 large triangular supports have been erected nearby. The coaster then skims along the water and across the lower half of the Discovery Center before reaching some tight twists and turns along the edge of Hogsmeade. And just before you reach Jurassic Park, you can see where the coaster track invades the views of the outdoor seating area of 3 broomsticks. One of our favorite hidden viewing areas is a walkway leading to a smoking area, which also where the Jurassic Park Ford Explorer has been moved for the time being. Things get interesting once again just outside the Discovery Center, where construction walls line the very edges of the Burger Digs. The load, unload, and entrance exit of the new attraction should be somewhere in this vicinity, which now sports a fresh piece of track as well. And when fully completed, the roller coaster will be transporting guests through these tracks at speeds of up to 70 miles per hour. But they're putting siding up on buildings and 2 track. It's hard to keep up, honestly. Like Disney construction, every couple days we have a post, there's 1 new piece. This stuff, it's 2 new track pieces a day. I don't know when to even write the post for the day, honestly. But that's good. That means sooner rather than later we'll be riding on this still unannounced attraction. The Bourne Stunttacular was holding team member previews last week, and recently the attraction soft opened to guests on the weekend. The Bourne Stunttacular can be found in the Hollywood area of Universal Studios Florida, in the building that was once home to Terminator 2 3D, A Battle Across Time. Of course, closed to make way for this attraction back on October 8th of 2017. And there's, of course, been some delays along the way. Work was completely halted at one point while they worked on other projects, and it's been interesting. A little background on the attraction, in case you're not aware, the show is based on the Bourne series. Kids might need to look it up. It follows protagonist Jason Bourne, an ex-spy, as he's pursued by sinister characters across 3 continents. The show features lots of chase scenes, fist fights, and more, while utilizing live actors, props, and a giant LED screen. The warning sign posted outside the attraction warns that this could be intense for children and parental discretion is advised. Those who get motion sickness or are sensitive to fog effects or strobe lighting are advised not to experience the attraction as well. For the hearing impaired, team members have an assistive listening device available. We weren't the only ones who showed up for the soft opening. There were lots of guests there for this, technical rehearsal is what Universal calls them. And, I'll tell you, I am not super familiar with the Bourne series. I think I saw the first 2. And nonetheless, it is an entertaining show. The queue is really cool. They have some props from the film, some of which have been used to put some pre-show elements on. There's one of the cars they actually project into. And then the old Terminator pre-show room is now used for a screen-based pre-show for this. And then you go into the main show, which is really interesting. It's something different, and I know I'm not a fan of the screen stuff, and Universal does a lot of it, but I will say using the screen as a backdrop, but then still having these really cool physical pieces that raise and lower and spin and do all sorts of cool things is really exciting. It's really cool to see like things turn and change vantage points, and some really cool stunts where they're going over your head. There's fire effects and a lot of really cool moments, real mechanical marvels like cars that look like they're driving around and buildings that seem to turn, and it's spectacularly staged. I have a full review up at universalparksnewstoday.com. If you want to read it, there's a little review video here on our YouTube channel as well if you want to check that out. But the Bourne Stunttacular now in daily technical rehearsals at Universal Studios Florida. No reopening. Sorry, I'm so used to things being closed and then reopening over the last few months. No official opening date for the Bourne Stunttacular has been announced just yet, but there's a good chance if you go to the park, you're going to get to see it. But you probably got to hang around the building a bit. For 3 decades, Universal Studios Florida has been the place to ride the movies, and to celebrate its 30th anniversary, we've already told you about the park's collection of retro merchandise, celebrating the classic marquee logo. That collection is now also online. The collection features iconography and from such beloved attractions such as Jaws, Back to the Future the Ride, Kongfrontation, and the E.T. Adventure, which is still there, along with some classic 90s neon earthquakes and some of this stuff too. And the collection, of course, holds a large assortment of merchandise, including mugs, hats, pins, t-shirts, and a face mask as well. Joining that collection inside the parks for now, at least only inside the parks, is, as you see next to me right here, this fantastic lithograph poster, and as well a button set that mysteriously said Universal Studios Hollywood, which means probably upon their reopening they will also have a retro collection as well. You have the Universal Studios Hollywood neon marquee in there. Also has what else in there? Back to the Future the Ride, E.T. Adventure, Jaws, King Kong Encounter, and Frankenstein and the Universal Monsters also in there. The complete button set retails for $11, but seeing as it says Hollywood, we don't expect it to last for long, obviously. In the same style as the rest of the collection is the new lithograph poster, which I think is the best item of all. It's going to look great on your wall. It's only $16. It's a hell of a deal. And both the poster and button set were found at the exit of the Bourne Stunttacular, that gift shop also known as the Five and Dime at Universal Studios Florida. This is great for $16, by the way. And you get your AP discount, too, if you are an AP. If you're looking for a personalized souvenir from your visit to Universal Orlando, we suggest taking a look at the U-Design kiosks scattered throughout both parks. These stations allow guests to choose from many different Universal-themed phone case designs, magnets, and now even Apple Watch bands. The phone cases are $30 and Apple Watch bands are $40. They can be both personalized with a name for an additional $5. The magnets are $12, which already includes the personalization. You can check out a full guide to this on our website. Originally set to take place in April, but canceled due to the unprecedented park closures, the Running Universal series featuring DreamWorks Animation's Trolls, the 5K, 10K, and 1K race is now going virtual, and registration is now open. The virtual race opportunity allows runners to participate in the event remotely anywhere in the United States. Runners track their own times, and completion is based on the honor system. The Running Universal featuring DreamWorks Animation's Trolls is open to participants in the United States only. Race packets will be mailed out starting July. And please note that race packets cannot ship outside the U.S. They just really want to make sure you know that. It's said several times. For more information on these stories and more, head on over to universalparksnewstoday.com. If you're enjoying the show, be sure to like this video, subscribe to Universal Parks News Today here on YouTube for more great content. Click the bell for notifications and make sure to hit select all notifications so you never miss an episode of this show. Also, below in the comments, let us know what you want to see on this channel, any other programming you might be interested in. We're still working on figuring out exactly how we're going to fill out the schedule over here. But for UPNT, this is Tom Corliss saying the future is whatever you make it, so make it a good one. Stay safe, everybody.